How are you, everybody? Thank God for another beautiful Sunday in the presence of the Most High. It was a wonderful time today. How are you all doing? It's nice, and I'm so excited to be here again this Sunday. And before I actually go ahead, I need to say I'm so sorry for not coming up last Sunday. It was just beyond my control. I couldn't do it. Okay. So I just want to celebrate everyone for coming on board, for watching every time. I celebrate you. You're welcome to Talk to Auntie Shola Relationship Talk Show as a show for the women and also for the men. And when you're here, I just want to say hello because I just want to be sure that my computer is actually working and you can see me very well there. Thank you. So if you are there, you can let me just know and just say hi. So I want to celebrate everyone. I just appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on board. So I'm happy today. I'm so excited. I'm so full of joy. I'm full of appreciation to the Almighty God for sparing my life, for sparing your life, for making it possible for me to be here today. It's such a wonderful time. It's a wonderful Sunday. And today we're going to have a nice time. Today we're just going to I won't say advice today. We're just going to encourage one another like the way we usually do. So if you have anything, like I keep saying, you can just come on board to write whatever you feel maybe you want to encourage. And while we're coming on board, we just need to just share now with our friends and family so that people can actually be here to watch us as we're talking. And I keep saying Talk to Auntie Shola Relationship Talk Show. It's not for the women and it's not for the men. It's both for the men and also for the women. It's for the singles. It's for the married. It's for divorce is for everyone. So it's not just, and once I keep saying that once you have a child that is 18 at home, the best thing is that when you're watching this program, don't watch it alone. Just let him or her join and the relationship talk show, and he might actually learn one or two things from what we are doing. So I just want to celebrate everyone. I want to celebrate my husband. I'm so happy. Thank you so much, Oluwadurotimi. Thank you so much. I celebrate you. The Lord bless and keep you. I celebrate my children. Thank you so much for what you're doing. I celebrate all my families out there, my friends, for your calls, for all the encouraging words. I'm just so happy. I'm just really full of life today. Without you, I can't be doing anything. Without you, I can't be here. So like I keep telling you that it's not just easy when you're here and there's nobody coming on board. So I just celebrate you. I say thank you for always coming to listen, to share notes, to say one or two things, and for all those PM, that's the private messages that I get. Thank you so much for the word of encouragement. Thank you for the calls, for the advice. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on board, Mr. Tony. Thank you for coming on. As you're actually coming on board, let's learn to share with our family and friends. Today, as always, is going to be interactive. It's something that we're going to talk about. We just contribute one or two things. And like I said the last time, that I want to keep it so short now. I don't want to take our time. Even though we bring any guest anytime, we're just going to be taking about maybe half an hour, and so that we can listen to it again, or maybe we can actually listen to it again, or we can share also with our family and friends. So as we are watching, please, can we just press the share button? Let's share with our family and friends. Let's share, because we might be serving the marriage. Let's spread the share button. I'm even so I'm inviting you to on my page too. I'm sharing with my friends there. So let's just share, because we never can say we might be saving someone that needs to know about something on a relationship talk show. So it's just a passion that I have. It's a passion. It's something I love to do. It's just something what I enjoy to do. I just love talking about relationship. I love talking about married. I love talking about singles. I just enjoy it. So if you're just here for the first time, it's not just a show where, we're not just, we like to keep it real. That's the way we do here. We say the way it is and we keep it real. We encourage one another. We don't condemn anyone. So you're free to say your opinion. So it's actually not something that, my opinion is not needed. Everyone's opinion is needed. Like in this talk show, there is no wrong answer and there is no right answer. You come and you give your whatever you feel that is needed in the topic. And today's topic is going to be very interesting. It's an interactive one. So I'm actually just still waiting for some of us to actually come on board. And like I keep saying, that if you don't share, that means you wouldn't let me actually see people. And it's like I keep saying that it's not costing us anything. So let's just learn to share with our families and friends. It's just something that is just a good gesture just to do and just to encourage people everywhere and all over the world. So like I keep saying, good evening once again. And thank you so much. And every Sunday, I appreciate you. And I keep saying it. If you don't come out, it's going to be so boring for me, because I'll just be like, I'm going to talking to myself and there's no one there. So I celebrate you so much, Mr. Tony, for coming on board. And I just want to say a big thank you to all my family and friends. Thanks for coming on board. Thank you for everything. And like I keep saying, there is a show, there is a page that we have. There's a WhatsApp page for the women and for the men, singles and married. So for the women, it's just for the women alone. Sorry, it's a WhatsApp group. It's also for women. It's for single women and for married women. So you can actually send me a text message after the show if you want to be part of us. We just say the things. Some of us can't come out to say it here, so we just come out and we say it the way it is. Oh, thanks for coming on board, Pastor Tom. Thank you so much. I actually appreciate you. Thank you there. You can just share with your family and friends, just to know that because the way it is, some of your friends that you have, I don't have it. So sharing with your family and friends goes a long way, because we are going to be learning one or two things. And today's topic is going to be very interesting, and I want all the contribution. I'm so happy today that the people that my viewers now are men, and they're knowledgeable men. So I just celebrate all the men there. Men of God, thank you so much. And I would like you to contribute, because it's something, it's not just something that I know, like I keep saying that I'm actually learning too. So I don't know everything. I'm actually still learning from one or two things. And Relationship Talk Show even helps me too. You know, sometimes, of course, you've been married for some years, like about 19 years, and there are some things you're like, oh, maybe I'm slacking on, and you don't even know. But when you talk to people or you listen again from someone else, you're like, oh, I need to buckle up on what I'm doing. I need to go ahead and still do this. So this relationship talk is just to encourage us. So it's not about, oh, I know it all. I've been married for years. I don't need to listen to any talk show. What does she know? No, it's not about me. I don't know quarter of what you guys know. But you know what? I just enjoy when you just come and I'm just learning one or two things. So I celebrate you. Thank you so much. And while we share with our family and friends, we're going to start the topic now in the next 2 minutes. I just want us to have some more viewers there so that we can actually start the topic that we're going to talk about today. It's going to be a very interesting one. It's just something we just want to compare notes as we usually always do. So thank you so much. And like I said last time before some of us actually joined, I said I couldn't make it last Sunday. It's just due to some unforeseen circumstances beyond my control. But I promise you, I try to be here every Sunday. But some days, if I can, I'll just send the notes. So thank you so much for always been there for all the viewers. I celebrate you. So we're going to start now, because like I keep saying, I want to keep it so short so that we can have more people to listen to it again, or maybe you can play it as you're driving down to work or something, or we can listen to it before we go back to bed. You know, by the time you listen, we keep listening again, we might pick one or two things. So like what I said in the topic today, I said that we should not give up, that your spouse is going to come. Your time will surely come. So what I mean, I'm going to use a great example here that we have. I'm going to say happy married life to the youngest, to the latest couple that we know in UK. That's a princess, and that's Harry, and that's Meghan, and we just celebrate them. And I'm going to use them. I'm going to use some things about them to kind of is like an eye opener. Maybe some of us we've known. Thanks for coming on board, Joy. Thank you so much. I like when I see young people coming on board. So Joy, you can actually share with your friends, because today's topic is more for everyone, singles, married. You're going to learn some things from it. So share with your friends while we're starting up today. So many of the things we're celebrating Harry and Meghan. That's the latest one, the latest couple we know in the United Kingdom now. Yesterday was so awesome. We thank God and we pray that God will keep their marriage. And what I want to actually say about that one, you know, today's topic, I said your time will come. So the thing I want to talk about is that, sometimes we just believe. I'm going to use women as an example, and I'm going to use men. So it's going to be interactive. Thanks for coming on board, Iyabo Adesina. I celebrate you, my sister. Thank you. We can share with our friends as we're listening. We're talking about your time will come. So what I mean your time is coming is that in everything you do in life, we need to be patient. We need to just relax that God has not forgotten you. Your time will definitely come. As a single person, I'm going to use that as a single person now. And I'm going to use the latest people that everybody is celebrating all over the world. Oh, Nkechi, thanks for coming on board. Nkechi, so yeah, thanks for coming on board. Let's share with our family and friends. I'm going to use the latest couple. That's the Duke and the Dutch and the Duchess of Success. Yes, that's the latest one. And there's something that I just, when I was reading and I watched the movie yesterday night, and what just opened my eye more about Megan was that she's even 36 and Ari is 34. You know why she was waiting? Of course, she's a divorcee. She's been married. She married in 2000 and she's married for like 2 years and she got divorced. And do you know why she was waiting for Mr. Right to come? Do you know what she did? She was working and working on herself. She didn't give up. So that's one of the things I want to say today. Thanks for coming on board, Bolanle. Thank you for coming on board. And while we're coming, we can share with our family and friends. If you have any contribution, let's just say, I'm talking about your time will come. Don't give up. Don't believe that because you're 36 or because you're 40 or because your friends are getting married, it's getting too late for you. So, yeah, and while she was waiting for Mr. Right to come, she was working on herself. She just kept working on herself. She kept building herself. And I'm sure that's one of the things that actually interested of the prince, when she got there. And there was something I saw in that movie. Their first date was a blind date. Sunday, thanks for coming on board. Let's share with her. It was a blind date. And you know what? She didn't even mind. She was talking to the Prince of England, and she was talking to anyone. She actually was herself. She told him, because she waited 40 minutes, according to that film. Maybe it wasn't up to that. She waited, was a blind date, and she was waiting for him to come. And the first thing she said, she was like, "Oh, you are late. You understand that I deserve an apology." In a joking matter, she was herself. You know, so that was the story that I heard. And the story that I watched yesterday, some of it might be true and somewhat, but what I was trying to say was that she was building up herself and she didn't give up. There are lots of women there and there are lots of men. Maybe you've been married before, something happened and you're just waiting for the Mr. Right to come, or you're waiting for the Miss Right to come. And while you're waiting, you're beating up yourself in the sense that you're not doing anything. You're just like, oh, what am I going to do now? I've missed it. There's nothing I can do. You're just sitting down. You're not. And you know what? There's no one that wants to actually get married to a liability. So while you are actually sitting down waiting for that Mr. Right, or you're waiting for the Miss Right to come, what you need to do is that you just need to keep working on yourself. As you're working on yourself, you're praying. Maybe it's mode of dressing. And I appreciate all the contribution in the house. Please, let's contribute one or two things when we're talking about your time will come. Maybe what we'll be doing before we actually get to that time. And you know what? Maybe there's some things that you need to change, or you just realize there's some particular friends that when you're with them, you're not being motivated. Maybe you needed to change your environment. Maybe you needed to change some of your friends so that you can see clearly. There are some distractors everywhere. There are people that will distract you, that they will even blindfold, that you don't really know where you're going. So sometimes you just need to just sit down and just say, oh, what is happening to me? What actually happened in this last relationship that I was, or in this relationship that I am? What is happening now? Why is this thing happening to me? Let's have time to reflect. Let me just read that. Oh, thanks so much, Bolanle, nice and frank. Oh, thanks so much, Bolanle. Let's share. If you have anything to contribute there, Bolanle, I celebrate you. Thank you. And let's share with our family and friends. And the way it is now, we're also on YouTube Live. So if you're watching on Facebook, some people say they don't have Facebook, you can actually still go on YouTube Live and you will see us there, and we're there the same way we're talking now on Facebook live stream. Thank you so much. And while we're working ourselves, we need to know our self-worth. Like once I noticed about Megan, I'm using them as a case study now, that she didn't give up and she didn't jump that, oh, I'm going to be a princess, and she wasn't like, oh, it's all about the money. No, I remember what I heard when I read the story. And when I watched it last night, she said one of the things that the person was saying, oh, the man is influential, the man is very rich, the man is everything. And she just said, is the man nice? You understand? You know, sometimes we need to open our eyes. If you're dating, you need to really know. You just don't compromise that, or you just want to go because, or you've been cheated before, or maybe because you've been married before, and because you're a divorcee, you don't want people to start counting it for you. You need to really open your eyes. And you know what? You don't give up. That's why I keep saying, thanks for coming on board, Jennifer. Thank you. And you know, she was all about love. It wasn't about the money. So, you know, and when there is love, definitely money will follow. So what I'm actually just encourage all the singles out there. Thanks for coming on board. Toyin Yakin for Larry. Thank you. I'm just, if I don't call your name, let's just share. I will appreciate everyone as I'm talking, because I don't want to be breaking it. You know, like I keep saying, when there is a love, genuine love, definitely money will come. Everything will come. Respect will come. If you love someone, you're going to respect that person. If you love someone, you'll be able to want to build that person together. You want to encourage that person. You know, that's why I said your time will come. If you're 40 and you're listening to me and you're like, oh, my friends, they've even had their last baby, they've given birth, they've done everything. But God has not forgotten you. Just remember that he made you, he know everything right before you were even born. And he knows that he has planned, he has a plan for you. So you don't compare yourself to someone else, to someone else's. What I'm just saying today is that don't give up. If you're that person that you're single, you've never married before, remember that story. You know, that story really encouraged me yesterday. And I keep talking about them. I keep talking about Harry and Meghan. It was so interesting, 36 and 34, and a divorced person. And people were even telling her that it cannot work. But you know what? She just kept on like, okay, if it's not going to work, let's just keep loving ourselves and just enjoying ourselves. And she just held on to it. So if you're going through anything now, you know, distractions will come. People will say anything. I appreciate any contribution, people that are just joining. So thank you so much. If you have one or two things to say, thank you. Oh, yeah, but thank you. Said, yes, God has not forgotten me. Oh, yes, my sister, God is going to do it. God has not forgotten you. So if you're going through anything, you know, sometimes you just feel it might be late. You are counting that is late, but to God, it is not. But it's going to do it at his own time. And at the end of the day, you're going to enjoy it. So, and like what I was saying is that, you know, when there is love, when you just like, okay, fine. Thanks for coming on board, Abisoye. Thank you. Let's just share with our family and friends. And you know, sometimes when you're just like, okay, fine. Oh, I'm waiting on God. Like I keep saying that you need to know, okay, what I'm waiting on God. Am I just sitting down and relaxing? Am I not doing anything? Maybe my dressing is not portraying who I am. I say I'm a very decent girl, and at the end of the day, I'm just going out exposing my breast, exposing my chest, doing everything, or putting on some funny clothes. You understand? While we're actually waiting, we can change. Maybe you can think, oh, maybe it's my mode of dressing I need to change, or is it the way I talk to people, or is it the way I look? Some people find it very hard to smile. You understand? Some people, you find it very hard. You're a man, you want to date a girl, and you're just very arrogant because you feel, oh, I'm rich. So what I need to do is let me like, oh, I'm rich. I don't need to really waste my time. Let me just talk to her. You know, it actually takes two. A man needs a good woman, and also a woman also needs a good man. So like I keep saying that, I said, you don't give up. But when you're waiting, you work on yourself. What's your self-worth? Because there are some ladies out there and some men out there now. You're waiting. And while you're waiting, I keep saying it, let's work on ourselves. We're waiting. Even it's just, I'm going to refer it back to people that are believing God for the fruits of the womb. For the fruit of the womb. I've said that before about when I said those godly children will come. If you didn't listen to it, you can check it on YouTube. Just Google Talk to Shola. Those godly children will come. You know what? Like I said earlier, I said, while you're waiting for those children, why don't you go around? Go around with your husband. Enjoy it. Don't start mourning. Don't start beating up yourself that, oh, I'm still waiting for that children. They are not coming. Enjoy, because by the time when they start coming, I'm sure for the first 6 years, you're going to be very busy. And if you don't like carrying babies around the plane, you're going to kind of stay at home. So enjoy it. So it's still like talking about the singles too. So while you're waiting, work on yourself. Don't just sit down. Like I keep saying, nobody wants the liability. All men and women there, they want someone that, oh, fine, oh, she's doing this, she has this, she can talk, she can You can give her one thing and she can multiply it. So when we're working, when we're sitting down and we're praying to God, let's work on ourselves. Let's look at our attitude. What are the things that we're doing that we're not meant to do? What are the things? What are the kind of friends that we're keeping? What are the kind of dressing that we just, that we have? Or maybe we need to change our wardrobe. Sometimes we just need to change our mentality to how do we think? Are you already thinking on your head that you can't make it anymore, or you think, oh, God has forgotten you, all hope is lost, so you're just in the world of your own? No. Like I keep telling you, God has not forgotten you, and your time is here. So why don't you just take up to this video today? I just like if you are there, let's share with our family, let's share with our friends. And also, if you have one or two things to contribute, let's contribute too. We're just talking about your time is now, that we shouldn't give up on ourselves. If you're married and your marriage is not working, work on it. As you're praying, change your way of talking. Is it your sex life that is boring and your husband is complaining about it, or your wife is complaining about it? Why don't you do something about it? I know when we pray, yeah, we pray, but when we pray, we also do something about it. We pray and we take that active mode that, oh, it's complaining that, oh, I'm always just sleeping. Or maybe you're the kind of person, when you're in bed, you take your phone. You don't do that. We're praying. You're always chatting when you are meant to drop your phone. You understand? There's some things, married people, we need to notice. Oh, you've been married for 15 years, been married for 20 years, been married for 3 years. Don't take your spouse for granted. Work on your spouse. And for the singles out there, your time is now. Don't give up. If you're 40, if you're 45, if you're 50, if you're 60 and you're still believing God for that spouse, I'm telling you today, that spouse will definitely come. So like while we're watching, I know people are watching, can we share with our family and friends? And if you have any contribution, I just love it. I love us to just contribute. Maybe there's one or two things that that I don't even know, but it's just my passion. I just like talking and encouraging married people, singles people. Like talk to Auntie Shola's show. We keep it very real. We just say the way it is. We don't condemn anyone. So if there's anything you want to contribute, please feel free to contribute it, and we're going to say it there and we're going to read it. And maybe you have your story and you want to share your story, you can send me a private message. We can share your story, or you can say your story here if you want to say it here. Maybe there's one thing, or maybe you've been believing God for a particular thing, or maybe you married late, or you had your children, anything that you just want to share with us, you can actually just come live and just share it. Or maybe you just want it, you don't want people to know you and just want to share your story with me, you can do that too. And if you want to come out there, we like to share the story and to learn. We are not here to actually make fun of anyone. We're just actually to learn one or two things from ourselves. And like I keep telling you, fine, people will believe in long relationship. Some people believe in long relationships, some people believe in short relationship, but the most important thing is our attitude. What is your attitude towards that particular relationship? What are you doing towards it? Why is that relationship not working? Why is your marriage not working? It's not about me. I'm not that kind of perfect that, oh, my marriage is 100% perfect. I'm still working on my marriage too. There's some things that when you say, I actually learn from you too. I learn one or two things and I just feel that, oh, I need to do that. I need to work on it. I need to just go ahead and practice that. So don't give up. And I say, I don't want to take most of our time. I just want to spend just about half an hour here so that we can listen to it again and we can share with our family and friends. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, and don't forget to to click the share button on your Facebook live stream and also on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can actually, and you have any comment there, you can actually give us say any comment there. Thanks for coming on board, Buki, and also. And if I don't call if you don't call your name, sorry, because the way it is, sometimes it just goes so fast while I'm talking. So like I keep saying, it's not that I'm taking you for granted, but I appreciate everyone and I celebrate everyone here. Like I keep saying, it's not easy just coming here not seeing anyone. No. So I celebrate you, all my friends and families. Thank you always for always encouraging me, for coming on board. Today's topic, like we said don't give up. Your time is here. Whatever you're doing, that relationship you're in, work on it. It's going to work out. If there's some things that you don't like, say it now while you're still dating. It's better you say everything. Don't sweep anything under the carpet and just say, oh, it will be fine. And if you're 40, or if you're over 40, you're 50, whatever that age is, I don't even want to know. God has not forgotten you. Your man is going to come. Your woman is going to come. The same way a woman is praying for a husband is the same way a man is also praying for a husband, for a wife. So don't give up on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. While you are waiting, do something. While you are waiting, develop yourself. What's yourself? Develop yourself. Learn to do something. Just don't sit down and I'm like, oh, I'm just waiting. I'm not going to do anything. Even maybe you're working or you're a business person, still develop yourself and go out. You're looking for a spouse. You're always in the house. That's not going to help. Go out. If you want to get a spouse in a place, maybe in a church, you go out there. To go out there. If you want to get a spouse, you know, some people say, oh, they want to get a spouse. Anywhere you want to, you understand? You pray and you go out. And what are the kind of people you understand that you want to meet? Like I read up a story about a lady. She actually wanted to get a man that is so that is very good in sport. She started she went to start playing I'm going to remember where she went to play hockey. Is that hockey? No, golf. Yeah, I remember. She went to play golf with her dad and her brother. And she was going there. Because what she said, she just like men, you understand, that knows how to play golf. You know, those kind of things. They might be silly, but that's what she actually wanted. And do you know what? Those are the kind of men that attracted her, and she got a good man from there. And you know, some things, when you want the kind of things that you really want to go. So she joined the golf club, and those are what she do. So the kind of things you want to. If you're something that you desire, you don't give up on yourself. If you've been going there, you've been going, and nothing is happening. I'm telling you, one day something is going to happen. So I just want to celebrate all you there. Thank you, all the men in the house, all the women in the house. Thanks for coming on board. Kenny Day, thanks for coming on board. Abuki, thank you for coming on board. I celebrate you. So while we're watching, let's share with our family and friends. It's just a passion. There is a Talk to Auntie Shola relationship talk show. It's all for the men. It's for the men. It's for the women. It's for the single. It's for the married. It's for everyone as a whole. Once you have an 18-year-old, encourage them to listen, because one or two things, they will start building themselves on it. So as you're working, and I said, don't give up. And I said, love is so important. So if you love that person, you don't just give up. Don't give up on that marriage. Don't give up on that you're still waiting for the right man to come. And don't give up that you're still waiting for the right woman to come. And you are praying to God for the fruit of the womb. Don't give up. Don't give up on all these things, because they will surely come. So you stay on, and you know what? I want to keep to time. So thank you so much. I'm going to see you next Sunday, 7 p.m. I know when I'm rounding up, people come then. I'm always here 7 on the dot. So please, I encourage us to just come on time so that we can have a wonderful time. So if you have any contribution, you can still write on that, because it goes on throughout the week, and I can still read it, and I can still say one or two things, and people can learn. So let's share with our family and friends. Thanks for coming on board, Adebayo. So we can still share with our family and friends. So today, whatever we are going through, you don't give up. Those godly children will come. Your spouse will come. That marriage is going to work. Have that positive mental attitude that is going to work. Have that positive mental attitude that I'm in this relationship. I'm going to put everything in it and build yourself. You don't have a doubting mind when you're going to a relationship. Don't say, oh, let's see that. Oh, let's even try this. It might not even work anyway. Don't. Because sometimes when you're like, it might not even work anyway, and at the end of the day, it's not going to work, because it's exactly what you're thinking. So let's have a free mind. So thank you so much. I'm going to see you next Sunday. I celebrate everybody. Thanks to yourself for coming on board. Obisoye, thank you. So if you have any contribution, Toyi, thank you so much. I appreciate you. So let's share with our families. Let's share with our friends. We're also on YouTube now. So most of these things, you can listen to it on YouTube. When just Google Talk to Auntie Shola Show, we listen to it over and over again. I actually listen to it too myself, because sometimes I'm like, oh, did I say this? When did I say that? So let's just listen to it, and let's save someone out there, and let's share. Thank you so much. See you next Sunday. Have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for watching, and God bless you. Thank you.